Welcome back to another episode of Growth Through Ganja. Smoke with me, Ms. Pearl. This episode is called Stranger in My House, and it comes from Tamia. This is my perspective, my continued perspective on what the beginning stages of my spiritual awakening felt like up until like where I'm at now. I heard Eric Thomas say it felt like he was back in middle school. And right then and there, as soon as I heard it, it just rang a bell because that's how I felt with my spiritual awakening in the beginning. And I'm grown with two kids, apparently. And this is where I live, and I never felt more out of place. I really felt like like it was some Freaky Friday type shit. The reason why I want to talk about this is also because of what I heard on Facebook or what I saw on Facebook in regards to studying yourself. Your awakening is about studying yourself down to the T. It's like building a new character because even though you look like someone that everybody recognizes, you're someone different to yourself. So the same way you gotta relearn yourself, everyone around you has to relearn you as well. So if you had to go back in time to take care of yourself as a child, what would you be doing? Welcome back to another episode of Growth Through Ganja. Smoke with me, Ms. Pearl. This episode is called Stranger in My House, and it comes from Tamia. This is my perspective, my continued perspective on what the beginning stages of my spiritual awakening felt like up until like where I'm at now. I heard Eric Thomas say it felt like he was back in middle school. And right then and there, as soon as I heard it, it just rang a bell because that's how I felt with my spiritual awakening in the beginning. I felt like I was back in middle school all over again. And I'm grown with two kids, apparently. And this is where I live, and I never felt more out of place. I really felt like like it was some Freaky Friday type shit. And wherever I came from, someone is enjoying the luxuries of whatever I had before I showed up here. The reason why I want to talk about this is also because of what I heard on Facebook or what I saw on Facebook in regards to studying yourself. Your awakening is about studying yourself down to the T. It's like building a new character because even though you look like someone that everybody recognizes, you're someone different to yourself. So the same way you gotta relearn yourself, everyone around you has to relearn you as well. And this is only successful if you study yourself. If you take a good look around, if you take a good look in the mirror, if you take a good look at your everyday habits, you just sitting there like, why do I do this shit? Why do I want to do this shit? And then, people can consider that maturing, but you can mature, with age, but when you mature spiritually, it's like on a whole different level because your awareness is just through the roof. I noticed a very dramatic increase in my self awareness. I mean, it's like once you see, you can't unsee. A part of studying myself also was looking around, questioning everything that was going on because I could not understand how I got here. So, as the downloads were coming to me and as the memories were coming back, it was like this happened, then this happened, and then now we here. So, you going this route or you going that route? I had to really sit with the habits that I used to have, the people I used to hang around, the way I used to dress, the way I used to behave. I had to really examine it myself through different eyes, seeing yourself during your awakening, you know how some people be like, I um I don't know how I ended up with him. You can look back on your whole life, and when you're like really, really aware, you're like, damn, I don't even know how I was doing that shit. Like it don't have nothing to do with anybody else. It's just you looking at yourself and trying to figure out how do you go up from there. When I say rock bottom, that was the rockiest bottom. Like seriously, it was the rockiest of the bottoms. I felt like that middle school girl that just did not belong. All over again. I felt very immature when it came to my emotions because even though like I'm here now, like I just showed up, I had a bunch of new feelings to process because of the things that I suppressed all these years. Suppressed experiences, suppressed emotions, shit that I thought I forgot that resurfaced. Yeah. I remember seeing things from like elementary school that I had not seen and since then. So it was a lot to take in. And in the beginning, that's where I did most of my crying. Like you if you would look at me, I would just start crying because I my sensitivity was just out of this world. And it was familiar. I knew about it because I had felt this as a child. It was the beginning was the hardest because remember, I'm feeling like a middle schooler, right? I got all these responsibilities, like all these things happen. So now I gotta sit and accept these things. You have to accept your trauma. You have to acknowledge it. You have to accept it. You have to release it. It just does not benefit you moving forward to hold on to all that stuff. Like if you listen to Erykah Badu's song Bag Lady, you just piling more and more shit on yourself. So the beginning phase is like, I can see why people would be quite suicidal. I can see why people don't really survive past the beginning phases of their awakening because literally it's like, how the did this happen? I believe that weed amplified my awakening because it's an amplifier, really. Instant mood booster, extra energy just out of nowhere, feeling great, increase your appetite if don't have the best immune system. I don't know. People have all kinds of shit. The beginning phases, it's like a purge. People be knowing God calling them to change, but they just be ignoring the call, and it's like the call ain't going nowhere. It's gonna always be there. It's just you're gonna either go further down with the bullshit or you're gonna rise above it. An important thing that I learned during the beginning phases when I had to like heal my inner child, like do my deepest work, I also learned in the process that you have to become the child. You have to become the inner child. Like it has to be a part of you all over again because now you're in charge of yourself. So, how are you going to take care of yourself? How would you take care of your kids? Like taking care of kids, children, offsprings, whatever. Little girls and boys, taking care of little people, it's not for the weak. Okay? Whether you have 1 or 20. So if you had to go back in time to take care of yourself as a child, what would you be doing? You can do all that with yourself now. Whatever you feel like you may have missed out on as a child, you can either start doing that shit with your children or you can just start doing that shit as an adult. Having that inner child fun, that inner childlike fun, is priceless. You think I don't do everything my kids do? Oh, we got a uh Nerf war tournament coming up. Oh yeah, I'm in there. Oh, we going to Sky Zone? Oh yeah, I'm in there. Cramps and all, I'm in there. We're going to pump it up. I'm definitely getting on there. And having high self awareness, knowing that I have to be the best version of myself because there are other little people watching me, it's because of how I'm watching myself. Now I know everything don't need my attention, my energy, my recognition. I can starve people and not give a fuck. And that's how I like it. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's exactly how I like it. When you can really take care of yourself, take better care of yourself, then you can better take care of your children. You can better take care of the person that you're with. You can better take care of your family. You better take care of your friends if you need to or if you had to. If you don't start with self, which is the root, you are your root and you're the plant, whatever, flower, rose, whatever. If you don't make sure your roots are straight or you don't take care of the roots, first of all, you need to learn who you are. You got to study yourself, study your ancestry. You can start there because a lot of people don't know where the fuck they're going because they don't know where the fuck they've been. Study everything that equals up to you. Just watch and observe how other people do shit. And then say to yourself, if I was in that situation, how would I even end up in that situation? Why would I allow myself to stay in that situation? And then you look at your own shit and ask yourself, why am I allowing myself to stay in this situation when I can be over there? My son mentioned to me uh, pretty much that he likes my come up. And I know that he sees and feels the changes with me because we're better. Because I took the time to get better, me and my son are better. He actually be happy to see me. I smoke weed, marijuana, cannabis, whichever. I smoke with intention and purpose. I don't have a reason to sit around and just smoke and look stupid and talk about stupid shit and listen to stupid ass music. I don't have time for that because when I smoke, I start to get downloads that are just amplified. And then everything about me just amplifies. Like I already have good energy, but my energy is even gooder. Love it. Even when I was suffering from allergy symptoms, I would smoke and it would I wasn't it was nothing compared to Benadryl. You know, Benadryl, you gotta wait on Benadryl, and sometimes, you know, with Benadryl, you take Benadryl, you gotta clock out for the day. So I've learned what works for me when it comes to smoking. You can't smoke with everybody. You don't know what everybody put in their weed. I prefer to eat before I smoke. Especially having lost a whole bunch of weight. It's like drinking. You lose a bunch of weight and then you think you can handle the same amount of drinking that you were doing when you were fat. No, it don't work like that. And then, everything, most of the time when I'm talking about spiritual development and growing and healing, always leads back to therapy. Take your ass to therapy. Or at least listen to things that feel like free therapy. Like Eric Thomas, Jordan Peterson, Abraham Hicks. You can listen to some Muhammad Ali if you want. Just anything with a positive message. Muhammad Ali's messages can teach you to love yourself and to stand up for yourself. And that you ain't even got to be at war with a bunch of other people, but keep in mind who your enemy is. And Eric Thomas is a daily thing for me. Daily. Most days. Yeah, most days. Vast majority of days. Journaling. I've always loved to write and then write in cursive, right? So I've been writing, like my cursive's been A1 since like elementary school, right? So writing down the experiences, dealing with or seeing the traumas, play out in your mind, the downloads, the messages that you're getting, the vivid dreams. Writing these things down can also help to release a lot, because most of the time when you start writing, it just come all out. It's like a quiet but powerful way of communicating. Writing can be a great start when you're studying yourself, because then you can also give yourself props. You can be like, man, today I felt great and I got this accomplished, I got that accomplished, and nobody else don't even need to know about it, but you and God, and you released it. You don't have to hold on to it. That's the problem with a lot of us. We don't know who we are, so we're just holding on to who we were. And it ain't working out. It's not going to work out. I just want to let you know that, but it's great to see that a lot of us are waking up right now. We're asking the right fucking questions. Once you wake up to this 3D shit, you question everything. I feel like I've asked more questions in the last 4 years than I've ever asked in my life. And I guess it's just a part of the process. But hey, I don't know. I'm about to go meditate before I head to the gym. I don't know. Maybe you got something from it. Maybe you didn't. Maybe be back next week. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I can't call it. But this has been Growth Through Ganja Smoke with me, Miss Pearl.